Welcome back to my channel. But listen carefully. This isn't just another video you scroll past. This might be the video that changes everything. It's not about motivation. It's not about hype. It's about the silent killer inside you, the one slowly destroying your potential while you're not even aware of it. Your habits. Not your job, not your parents, not your past. It's what you do every single day without thinking that shapes your future. Your habits are either building your dreams or slowly killing them. Be honest with yourself. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow"? Just one more time. "I'll fix it soon." But days turned into months and nothing changed. You're still wasting time, still distracted, still making excuses, still trapped in the same cycle you swore you'd break. That ends today. This is the moment you stop lying to yourself, the moment you stop playing small and start taking back control. Because here's the truth. You don't need a new life. You need new habits, the ones that build you, not break you. So if you're tired of being stuck, tired of watching your potential fade away, tired of saying, "I'll change," and never doing it, then stay till the end. This isn't just advice. This is a roadmap to break your bad habits, rebuild your mind, and restart your life. And if you're learning English, even better. Every word here is simple, powerful, and real, so you can grow your mind and your language at the same time. Let's begin. Way 1. Identify the habit trigger, the root of the cycle. You cannot break a bad habit you don't understand. Every habit you have, good or bad, is part of a loop. Trigger, action, reward. Let me give you an example. Say your bad habit is checking your phone too much. Most people think the habit starts when they pick up the phone. No, it starts before that. It starts with a trigger. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe you just heard a notification sound. Or maybe you're trying to avoid a task. That moment, that trigger, is what gives birth to the habit. If you don't catch that trigger, you'll repeat the habit automatically, like a robot. Let's say you always binge on junk food at night. The trigger might not be hunger. It could be stress, or loneliness, or just the habit of watching Netflix while eating. Now, here's where the change happens. Next time you feel the urge, pause and ask, "What am I feeling right now? Why do I want to do this?" Just doing that breaks the autopilot. You become conscious. You're no longer controlled by the habit. You're watching it. That awareness is the beginning of power. Action step. Keep a small journal or note in your phone. Every time you feel the urge to do a bad habit, write down what happened right before. What were you doing? What were you feeling? What time was it? Where were you? Do this for just 3 to 5 days. You will clearly see the pattern. When you find the trigger, you can interrupt the cycle. Because when you control the start, you control the outcome. Way 2. Replace the habit. Don't just remove it. You don't break a habit by fighting it. You break it by replacing it with something stronger. Most people make one huge mistake when trying to break a bad habit. They try to stop it. They try to cut it out. They say things like, "I won't scroll social media anymore. I'll never smoke again. I'll stop eating junk food completely." But they don't realize your brain doesn't like empty space. When you just try to remove a habit, it leaves a void. And your brain, like nature, hates a vacuum. It needs to fill that space with something. And guess what? It fills it with the old habit, the one you're trying to escape. That's why you fall back. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because you never replaced the thing you removed. If you want to kill a bad habit, you need to give your brain something better. Not just remove the poison, but add the antidote. The law of replacement. Every habit you remove must be replaced with a healthier behavior that gives you a similar reward. It's not just about willpower, it's about intelligent replacement. Let's say your bad habit is scrolling social media when you're anxious. The reward is distraction. Replacement? Deep breathing, going for a short walk, listening to calm music, writing down how you feel. You're still dealing with the anxiety, but now you're doing it in a healthy way that helps you, not hurts you. Let's take another one. Bad habit, eating junk food when you feel sad. You're not really hungry. You're emotionally empty. The reward is temporary comfort. Replacement? Call a friend. Write in your journal. Hug your pet. Drink water and eat fruit mindfully. You're still giving your brain comfort, but not poison.
Here's a step-by-step process anyone can follow. 1. Identify the habit and the reward. Ask yourself, what habit do I want to break? What reward does it give me? Relief? Comfort? Excitement? Escape? 2. Find a replacement that gives you the same reward. You're not just removing behavior, you're solving an emotional need. If you smoke to relax, replace it with deep breathing. If you scroll to avoid work, replace it with a short walk. 3. Make the new habit easy and instant. If it's hard to do, your brain will reject it. The new habit must be easy to start, short in time, and emotionally rewarding. Example: 30-second meditation is easier to stick to than a 20-minute one when you're stressed. 4. Repeat until the brain rewires. Here's the secret. You don't break the old habit in one day. You weaken it daily by strengthening the new one. At first, the old one will scream louder. That's okay. Don't fight it. Just feed the new one more every single time. Your brain will start asking for the better habit instead of the toxic one. You don't stop being addicted to your bad habits by hating them. You stop by loving something better. If you don't replace the bad will come back. But when you replace it with something that makes you proud, something that makes you stronger, that's when the old habit dies quietly, because your new life no longer needs it. Way 3. Change your identity. Don't just change your habit. You don't break bad habits by changing your actions. You break them by changing your identity, who you believe you are. Most people try to fix their habits from the outside. They change what they do. I'll stop eating junk. I'll stop scrolling Instagram. I'll stop being lazy. But here's the truth that almost no one talks about. Your actions are not the root of your habits. Your identity is. You act like the person you believe you are. If deep down you believe, I'm a lazy person, I always give up, I'm addicted, then even if you stop the habit for a few days, you'll always return to it because the brain is loyal to identity. It wants your actions to match your beliefs, even if those beliefs are hurting you. Let me show you how identity changes everything. Two people are trying to quit smoking. They're both offered a cigarette. The first one says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." The second person says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." Boom! Identity shift. One is resisting the habit, the other has replaced their identity. The first one is still in a fight. The second one is already free. Habits are not just behavior, they are a reflection of your self-image. Every time you say, "I'm bad with money, I'm addicted to sugar, I'm lazy, or I'm not good at English," your brain quietly replies, "Got it. Let's make sure that stays true." Today, we write a new identity. Step 1. Choose who you want to become. Don't focus on stopping the habit. Ask yourself, what kind of person would never have this habit? In the first place, old habit, procrastinating. New identity. I'm the kind of person who always finishes what I start. Old habit. Eating unhealthy. New identity. I'm the kind of person who treats my body with love and discipline. Old habit. Wasting time on your phone. New identity. I'm the kind of person who values my time more than cheap dopamine. Step 2. Say it, feel it, and repeat it. Now, say this identity out loud every single day. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, speak it anyway. I am consistent. I finish what I start. I control my cravings. They don't control me. I am learning English every day, and I'm getting better. You're not lying. You're programming your mind to become your future self. Step 3. Prove it to yourself daily. This is where most people mess up. You don't have to believe it first. You just have to take one small action every day that proves the identity. If you want to become someone who doesn't procrastinate, do one task right now. It doesn't matter how small. That action becomes evidence. And when you collect enough evidence, your brain starts believing, this is who I am now. You're not trying anymore, you're becoming. Don't fight your old habits. Become someone who doesn't need them anymore. When you change who you believe you are, your actions will follow. Way 4. Rewire the reward. Love the new you. You don't keep bad habits because they're strong, you keep them because your brain thinks they're rewarding. Change the reward, and you change your life.
Every bad habit survives for one reason. It gives your brain a reward. Scrolling for hours, overeating, skipping workouts, they exist because they release a tiny hit of dopamine, the chemical of pleasure and relief. So your brain says, this feels good. Let's do it again. Let's make it automatic. This is not weakness. This is biology. Your brain is not evil. It's just following the system you programmed. Your brain can't tell the difference between a reward that helps and a reward that destroys. It only knows, when I feel sad and I eat sugar, I feel better. When I feel anxious and I scroll, I feel calm. When I'm stressed and I avoid the task, I feel safe. Boom. Dopamine released, habit repeated. That's the trap. There was a man who hated his addiction. He knew it was ruining his confidence. He knew it made him feel ashamed, weak, and empty. But he couldn't stop. Why? Because every time he felt lonely, stressed, or bored, it gave him a temporary reward. He tried everything. Nothing worked. Until one day he did this. He sat down, closed his eyes, and visualized his real reward. He imagined his future self, confident, clean, focused, free from shame, with real love and real discipline. And then he imagined the real pain behind his habit. Wasted years, lost relationships, broken focus, self-disgust, regret. He rewired his brain by showing it this habit is not pleasure, it's pain in disguise. That's how you kill a habit at the root. How to rewire the reward in your brain, step by step. 1. Catch the craving. The moment the urge rises, pause, take a breath. Don't act yet. Observe. Say to yourself, this is the moment. You're not weak, you're awake. 2. Ask, what is my brain expecting? Understand it's looking for relief. Is it trying to feel better, safer, distracted? Be honest. 3. Visualize the real cost of the habit. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Visualize yourself 1 year from now if you continue this habit. The regret, the energy loss, the time you can never get back. Make it painful, because the truth is painful. Now, visualize the real reward of change. Imagine a different future, a life where you are free, a body that's strong, a mind that's sharp, confidence when you look in the mirror. 5. Replace the quick reward with a deep reward. When the craving hits, instead of reaching for your phone, reach for progress. Do 15 push-ups. Drink a full glass of water. Open your journal and write, "This is my old self trying to control me. I am not that person anymore." Go stand under the sun for 5 minutes and breathe. Now you're giving your brain a new reward, not cheap dopamine, but real power. Stop numbing. Stop escaping. Stop waiting to feel ready. Let the pain scream. Let the guilt burn. Let the truth bleed. And when it does, don't run from it, run through it. When the pain of staying the same becomes louder than the pain of changing, that's when the transformation begins. Way 5. Kill the excuses. Burn the backup plan. As long as you give yourself an excuse, you'll return to your bad habits. Because excuses are not just lies, they are permission to stay the same. You see, bad habits aren't always held in place by addiction. They're often protected by justification. Every time someone tries to change, their brain whispers lies like, "Just this once. I had a long day. I deserve a break. At least I'm not as bad as before. I'll start again next week. I'm only human, right?" These are not thoughts. These are weapons your brain uses against your own future. Every time you say yes to an excuse, you're saying no to your dreams. Every excuse you make becomes a brick in the wall that keeps you trapped in your old life. Your bad habit does not need strength to survive. It only needs your permission. There's an old story of a warrior leading his army to battle. As soon as they landed, he gave a shocking command: "Burn the boats." His men were terrified. "But how will we escape?" He looked them in the eye and said, "We won't. We win or we die here." And guess what? They fought harder than ever. With no backup plan, no escape, no safety net, they had only one option: victory. They had no excuses left. That's how you need to approach your bad habits. As long as there's a boat behind you, you'll swim backwards. But if you burn the boat, you fight for your life. And finally, you win.
Here's how you do it. 1. Write down every excuse you make. Be brutally honest. "I'm tired. It's just one day. I'm too stressed." Look at that list. Those are the chains holding you back. 2. Break the excuse with a counterattack. For every excuse, write a counter-truth. Excuse: "I'm tired." Truth: "Everyone's tired. Champions move anyway." Excuse: "I'll do it tomorrow." Truth: "Tomorrow is a lie I keep telling myself." Excuse: "One time won't hurt." Truth: "Every one time built the person I'm trying to escape." 3. Create real consequences. Discipline dies without consequence. Make the stakes real. If I scroll for more than 20 minutes, I pay my friend $20. If I skip my routine, I delete one app. If I cheat on my food plan, I do 100 burpees. Pain reprograms the brain. 4. Burn the backup plan. Remove the escape routes. Unfollow every distraction. Block websites. Give your phone to someone after 9 p.m. Throw away the junk food. Do whatever it takes to make your old life unreachable. 5. Speak like there's no option. Your language must match your mission. Don't say, "I'm trying to quit. I hope I change." Say,
I don't do that anymore. That's not who I am now. That chapter is over. As long as you give yourself an excuse, your bad habits will have a key to the door. Lock the door, burn the key, and step into the fire. It's time to kill the excuses, or they will kill your potential. Way 6. Make the pain loud. Silence is keeping you stuck. You haven't changed your habits because the pain of staying the same is still quieter than the pain of changing. We live in a world that teaches you how to numb. Don't feel. Don't cry. Don't admit it hurts. Just scroll, eat, distract, work, escape. But here's the problem. The more you numb your pain, the more your habits own you. That bad habit you can't break, it survives because you've never felt the full weight of what it's doing to you. We say, it's not that bad. At least I'm not like them. I'm doing okay. No, you're not doing okay. You're slowly drowning in silent habits that are eating you alive from the inside out. You check your phone 60 times a day and wonder why your focus is broken. You sleep 10 hours and still wake up tired because your spirit is drained. You keep eating trash because it feels easier than feeling your sadness. You must reach a point where you can't live like this anymore. Not because someone inspired you, but because the voice in your soul finally screamed, "I'm done living like this." That's when habits die. Not when you get more tips, not when you set 10 goals. Habits die when the pain becomes too loud to ignore. How to use pain to destroy your bad habits, step by step. 1. Face the mirror, no filters, no excuses. Take 5 minutes alone. No phone, no music, just you and silence. Now ask yourself, if I continue this habit for the next 5 years, what will my life look like? Write it down in brutal detail. Will you be proud of yourself? Will your family respect you? Will you be healthy? Will you be happy? Feel the shame. Feel the guilt. Let the pain speak. 2. Say the words you're afraid to admit. Speak them out loud. I hate that I waste my life every day. I feel weak when I give in. I'm scared I'll never become the person I was meant to be. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. These words are not weakness. They are freedom. 3. Turn the pain into a weapon. Now take everything you just felt and use it. Write one line that will become your new law. I don't scroll, I create. I don't sleep in, I rise for my mission. I don't eat my pain, I face it. Put it on your wall. Make it your new identity. Let the pain become the fire that burns the old you. 4. Create a reminder of what's at stake. Create a pain board. A picture of your tired face. A note that says, 1 year from now, same regret, new excuse. A photo of someone you'll lose if you keep ignoring your potential. Every time you want to fall back, look at that board. Let it punch you in the soul. Let it remind you, comfort is a trap. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are just too comfortable. Your bad habits are not stronger than you. They are just quieter than your pain. So from today, stop numbing. Way 7. Track the pattern. Repetition builds reality. You don't repeat bad habits because you're broken. You repeat them because you never noticed the pattern. Your bad habits are not random. You don't scroll social media just because. You don't eat junk food just because. You don't procrastinate just because. You do it because it's a pattern. And here's the scary truth. Anything repeated daily becomes your reality, even if it's destroying you.
The reason most people never change isn't because they're lazy. It's because they're unaware. They don't see the cycle. They don't track the pattern. They don't realize how often they're repeating the same behavior at the same time, in the same way, every single day, until their habit becomes their life. There was a 22-year-old guy who wanted to become a YouTuber. He had ideas, talent, and a voice. But he had one enemy: mindless scrolling. He kept saying, "It's just 10 minutes. I'm just checking updates." Until one day, someone asked him, "How much time do you actually waste per day?" He didn't know. So he downloaded an app tracker. The result? He was spending 5.3 hours a day on YouTube, Instagram, and random videos. That's 160 hours a month. That's 1,920 hours a year. That's 80 full days of his life. Gone. Gone to nothing. Gone to distractions. All because he never tracked the pattern. The moment he saw those numbers, he broke down. Not because he was ashamed, but because he was finally awake. How to track the pattern and regain control, step by step. 1. Choose the habit you want to break. Example, scrolling, overeating, sleeping in, speaking negatively to yourself. Write it down clearly. 2. Track it for 5 days. Every time the habit happens, write, what time was it? Where were you? What were you feeling? What triggered it? How long did it last? How did you feel after? This is not about judging yourself. It's about waking up. 3. Find the pattern. After 5 days, look at what you wrote. Ask, is it happening at the same time, after the same emotion, in the same place, with the same excuse? Boom, you'll see it. That's the crack in the habit. 4. Build a disruption plan. Now that you know the pattern, break it. If you scroll at 10 p.m. every night in bed, put your phone in another room at 9:30 p.m. Or replace that time with reading or journaling. If you overeat after work because of stress, prepare a post-work ritual that includes a walk, a healthy snack, and 5 deep breaths. Break the pattern. Break the habit. You don't need more strength. You need more awareness. Track your actions like a scientist. Study your habits like a detective. Break the loop like a warrior. Because your habits are not who you are. They're who you keep becoming. Way 8. Stop romanticizing your old self. That version must die. You cannot create a new life while still protecting the version of you that ruined the last one. Let's be honest. Sometimes we don't break our habits because deep down we're still in love with the old version of ourselves. We say, that's just how I am. I've always been like this. I used to be so fun back then. I miss who I used to be. But listen closely. That version of you, the one who stayed up late, skipped workouts, made excuses, avoided growth, that version is not your friend. That version is the one who let your dreams die, the one who betrayed your potential, the one who sold your future for cheap pleasure. Why are you protecting it? Why are you defending the self that kept you trapped? People think growth is about becoming someone new. That's only half the truth. Growth is also about letting go of the old you, the lazy version, the fearful version, the addicted version, the one that settled, the one that slept while your future waited. You can't carry that version into the life you're trying to build.
If you want to be reborn, first you must be willing to bury your past self. How to kill your old identity. Step by step. 1. Write a farewell letter. Write to your past self. Thank them for what they gave you. Forgive them for what they ruined. Say goodbye to what no longer serves you. Write something like, "Thank you for getting me this far, but from now on, I walk without you. I'm building a new life, and there's no space for you there." 2. Create a new daily self-image. Every morning say, "I am becoming the person who wakes up early, doesn't need validation, is strong when it's hard, lives with focus, and respects time." Repetition rewires identity. 3. Bury the old you with a symbol. This is powerful. Burn the journal pages that describe your old patterns. Break an object that represents your old habits. Throw away the clothes, apps, or items that kept you stuck. Do something physical that marks a funeral for the past. When you bury the old you, you give birth to the new you. The reason your new life hasn't begun is because you keep dragging your old self into it. Let go. Not softly, not slowly. Let go like your future depends on it, because it does. The habits you're trying to kill, they're not just actions, they are pieces of a person you're no longer meant to be.
Way 9. Surround yourself with change. Your environment. You are not failing because you are weak. You are failing because you are trying to grow inside the same place that broke you. Imagine planting a seed in toxic soil. You water it. You give it sunlight. You speak life into it. But it doesn't grow. Why? Because the soil is poison. That's your life right now. You're trying to break bad habits. You're trying to grow. But you're still surrounded by people who don't support you, friends who joke about your progress, a room that feeds your laziness, apps, clothes, and music that remind you of the old you, voices online that make you feel like it's okay to stay average. Your environment is not neutral. It is either pushing you forward or pulling you backward. And if you don't change it, you will spend your whole life fighting a war inside your own home. There was a boy who kept saying, "I want to be disciplined. I want to wake up early." But every night he slept in the same room where he watched Netflix till 3 a.m., played video games for hours, and scrolled endlessly. He tried waking up early. He couldn't. He kept failing and hated himself for it. His failure wasn't in his discipline. It was in his environment. That room was not a place of growth. It was a temple of old habits. So one day, he did something extreme. He moved his bed. He threw away his gaming chair. He boxed every distraction. He wrote, "This room is a place of rebirth," on the wall. And that tiny shift changed everything. How to change your environment. Step by step. 1. Clean your space like you're cleaning your mind. Throw away anything that tempts your old habit. Things that slow you down. Reminders of your past laziness. Make your space look like the future you, not the past you. 2. Remove digital enemies. Unfollow accounts that distract or demotivate you. Mute or block negative people. Turn off all notifications that pull you away from your purpose. Delete the apps that feed your cravings. Your phone should be a tool for growth, not a weapon of destruction. 3. Change your people or change your access. Not everyone has to leave your life, but you can limit their access to your energy. Surround yourself with people who are growing, people who call you higher. If you don't have those people, become that person first, and you will attract them. 4. Add triggers for success. Keep a book next to your bed. Place your journal in front of your mirror. Put your alarm across the room. Hang a quote where your eyes go every morning. Set your environment to remind you who you're becoming. You can't heal in the place that hurt you. You can't grow in the soil that poisoned you. If you want to live a different life, you need to build a different world around you. Way 10. Remember the cost, or you'll keep paying. You are not just breaking a habit. You are breaking the cycle that is slowly killing everything beautiful about your life. Every time you repeat that bad habit, every time you delay your change, every time you say tomorrow, you are not just hurting yourself. You are hurting your future self. You are hurting your dreams. You are hurting your parents who believe in you. You are hurting your child who will copy you. You are hurting your partner who deserves your best. You are hurting your health, your mind, your soul. And worst of all, you are hurting the version of you that could have been something extraordinary, but will now die unknown because you couldn't let go of temporary comfort. There was a man who had a dream since he was 18 years old. He wanted to be a coach, a writer, a speaker. But he had a habit: procrastination. Every year he said, "Next year I'll start. I'm not ready yet. I'll get in shape first. One day." That one day never came. At 43 years old, he stood in front of the mirror, overweight, drained, stressed, a shell of the man he once imagined. His dream was still alive, but his time wasn't. And as he stared at his tired face, he whispered something that shattered his soul. "I waited so long to live that now I'm just surviving." He cried that night, not because he failed, but because he never started.
Ask yourself these 10 brutal questions. What will happen to my dream if I don't break this habit? What will my health look like in 10 years if I continue this? What type of example will I be to my future kids? What regrets will I carry on my deathbed? Who could I have helped, inspired, or saved if I had become my best self? What kind of love am I losing by not loving myself first? What kind of life am I rejecting just to protect a habit I hate? Who will remember me and what for? What would the 10-year-old version of me say? Am I proud of the way I spent this week of my life? If these questions hurt, good. That pain is your last warning. You think this habit is small. You think this moment doesn't matter. But that's how your entire life disappears. One tiny compromise at a time. So today, right now, don't just break the habit, break the pattern, break the excuses, break the cycle of silence. And remember this truth until it sets you free. Your bad habit is not just costing you comfort, it's costing you your whole life. Your new life is waiting. Listen, you are not broken, lazy, or lost. You're human. You just got stuck in patterns that weren't meant to define you. But that ends now. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need the right moment. You just need to say, "I'm ready to fight for my life." Your past has no power here. Your mistakes don't define you. You are stronger than you think, and change is possible. One day, people will look at you and say, "How did they do it?" And you'll remember this moment, the day you chose to rise. So keep going, one step, one habit, one day at a time.
You're not finished. You're just getting started. If this message spoke to you, subscribe, and let's build the next version of you together.